Luca, you were at minicamp. You got to set your eyes on the great Bo Nix. How did he look from your perspective, physically and mentally, heading into his second season? I know Sean, said that he really liked his confidence and all that, but from your perspective, were there any like wow moments that you saw? Whether it's just a throw or his demeanor, his command. What did you see from Bo Nix in minicamp, and are you fully excited for year 2 of Bo?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely made a couple of wow throws. I can recall certainly there's a really pretty sideline ball to Cortland Sutton at one point. A couple of awesome end zone throws. I think it's the last day he had a great couple of balls to Trent Sherfield actually. He just looks, I'm not smart enough to project like really how guys are going to look without pads to week 1 or whatever it is. But not having seen him last year, I think I can kind of fill in the gaps on what Sean Payton and guys talk about with the poise, with the command. You just see him talking to receivers after pretty much every play or session. He's huddling with Cortland Sutton or Evan Ingram or, these guys just a lot after a variety of plays. He looks like the guy. I made this point a couple of times, but if I walked out to Dove Valley and I had no idea who was on the Broncos or what football even was, and you asked me to say, hey, who are, 5 or 10 alphas on this team, whatever, leaders, I think I would point to him just in terms of demeanor and, that sort of thing. Now, I would hesitate. I think that it's really easy because it's natural for fans to see that and to hear that and this positivity, because there's a lot to be excited about with that, and say, oh, the progression is going to go like this. He's going to 29 touchdowns. Maybe it'll be 35 or whatever. Like, there's a chance that there's this cat and mouse game in his second year with defenses. And, he maybe takes a little bit of a step back statistically in some categories because of adjustments or the way that the offense works or this or that. There is a chance that he, that happens and he's still a better quarterback, or he's still this or that, or he's still on sort of a certain trajectory. I think we should be careful about kind of projecting, boom, 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 boom for Bo Nix. I think it's easier to do that because of the way he improved last year, but that's the caveat that I would throw in there.
That's an important caveat. It is, because it's not always going to be highs. You got to, as the coach, you have to tell your quarterback, you're going to make mistakes. And Bo said this as well. He knows I'm going to make mistakes. It's part of football. Every quarterback knows that. So that's exciting for you to hear. But the alpha attitude has to be there, especially for the guy who's running the offense and essentially is the face of the team.
Yeah, and I think it's not necessarily like I think it's a little bit probably of healthy confidence, in terms of John with defense and stuff, but it doesn't come across as cocky. I think he just, he just has kind of the poise of a veteran, seems like. He's an old 25, and so, maybe the question is at this point, he's got the retention, he has the maturity, he has everything. Is the talent, top end enough? And we certainly saw that it was at times last year. Is it top end enough to take them to where they want to go? And does he have the pieces around him? Is Evan Ingram that much of a ceiling raiser to hit that level? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I love that. It's hard not to get excited, though, when you talk about it the way that you do, Luca. I think you have a tremendous ability to kind of wrap it all up and present it in a way where it's, there is an air of confidence there just in the way that you're replicating what you saw, which leads to kind of what you're seeing with Bo Nix and his leadership. Kind of calibration in year 2, right? He's taking on relationships with new incoming members, especially within the QB room. We saw him hanging out with Sam Ehlinger. But have you seen any chemistry building? You spoke about Evan Ingram. Do you find that it's raising up in different positional groups, or do you see it maybe playing out in offensive weaponry outside of Sutton, or just in general with teammates as they continue to kind of be reintroduced for his second season here with the Broncos?
Yeah, I think we've heard a lot about this, or just not a lot, but just in bits and pieces on this, retreat, vacation throwing session. I don't really know what to call it, but whatever he's going to host this offseason with receivers. It sounds like J.K. Dobbins is also there, so maybe just skill guys in general. I don't know, mysterious, whatever it is. I think just, him taking the initiative there is a good sign. Sean Payton kind of brushed that one off, I think, to dissuade anyone from reporting on it. But that's just, you see that, and you see, I think the biggest thing for me is just the way that teammates, and especially the newer guys, have talked about him. Like, the rookies point to him reaching out, after they were drafted. The free agent guys all have pointed extensively to him as a reason that they came and signed with the Broncos, whether it be watching him on tape or Evan Ingram, like getting lunch with him, when he came there. I think just that speaks to him carrying himself, him knowing where he sits at this point in the franchise and what the goals are. And I think, and I know our columnist Troy Rank talked to Mike McGlinchey, I think a week or two ago, and Mike McGlinchey made the point that this is Bo's team, like they know it, and so I think that's just easy. I'm not well versed enough in the dynamics of the locker room but I think outwardly, externally, like guys smile when they talk about Bo. It's not, there's not a, this isn't a I don't know, complete buddy kumbaya thing, but like he just seems like the guy. So I'll say that.